I really enjoyed our conversation with Mr. Trainer yesterday. Talking about the groups to fade, and I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, we don't just want to fade everybody, like it's not, there's like specific groups of people that, we focus on. The asset managers and the hedge funds, right? We know they're the worst. Economists, obviously, journalists, because many of them don't even invest. Some of them aren't even allowed to invest. Like Andrew Ross Sorkin the other day was saying he's not allowed to trade, because of the conflicts of interest. So you got sell side analysts on Wall Street, journalists, economists, and asset managers. I mean, those are the big four. You think I'm missing anybody? Any big groups that you probably want to fade? Economists, obviously, you want to fade them because they by default ignore what's actually happening in favor of what should be happening, right? So that's
speculators.
Well, speculators are the asset managers and the hedge funds. Those are the same guys.
I'm surprised you didn't say politicians.
Ray Dalio.
I don't think I want to fade politicians. Why would I want to fade politicians?
I'm surprised you didn't say CEOs.
I don't really want to fade CEOs either. Yeah, I don't want to fade those guys. Like if a CEO is buying a stock, I want to fade that? Probably not. Right? What do you mean?
Oh,
I guess it depends if it was a Piper purchase.
You want that.
Okay.
Sometimes, but those are unique circumstances. And Strazza does a good job of calling those out when there's like, the CEO, the CFO, the CMO or whatever, like they're all in cahoots and they're buying like $50,000 worth, $100,000 worth just to like pretend that they're buying stock, even though like it's meaningless. Strazza is good at calling those out, but that's like, that doesn't happen all the time.
And it's pretty easy to tell. You got to know what's signal and what's not. But usually, like if a CEO is coming and dropping any sort of significant amount of money, yeah, you love to see it.
Especially like 5 milli, especially after the stock gets slaughtered. You saw it in Coinbase, you saw it in Adobe. Like literally, these guys are nailing the bottoms, but they're huge purchases. It's not like 50 grand or 100 grand. Like they're buying $5 million worth of stock, so, and they already got a ton.
To answer the original question, I don't know who you missed.
I think those are the big four, right?
How about Bill Gates?
Fade Bill Gates?
I'm wondering.
In what sense?
I don't know. He's making big news this morning. Did you guys hear he doesn't believe in climate change anymore? He changed his mind.
Trump used to be a great fade. Like
that
Trump
didn't make it to my screen here.
When Trump was on the cover of Time and Newsweek back in the day, like he was on the cover right before the '87 crash. It was great. He was on the cover of Playboy like right before the SNL crisis. Like like fading Trump pre-presidency historically used to be good. Now he's on the cover of everything all the time. So now there's no data. But back in the day, it was good data.
Did you get any new magazine covers in the past few days?
No.
Nothing.
No, I've been busy. Can't.
No.
I own pretty much most of the good ones, and the ones that I don't own, you can't get them. So
well, get ready for all these same magazines that JC's been showing us on the show with their bearish headlines. Get ready for some big bullish headlines this weekend. They're gonna flip it right in the opposite direction. You're gonna start.
I'm waiting. You know what I'm waiting for, Strazza? I'm waiting for the big. I'm waiting for the big oil. The big oil magazine cover. Like I could smell it. Like I could sniff these things out. There's one right around the corner.
I'm looking for
oil forever.
I'm looking for
AI has changed the oil game. Oil is gonna stay down forever. Like one of those. Woo! That will be. It's coming. I could smell it. I could smell it.
Have there been any overly bullish gold covers? Because gold is getting hosed, and this was a pretty obvious short a couple weeks ago.
It depends how tactical. I don't think that. Not a lot of people knew that gold was doing what it was doing. Like that's like an us thing. That's like you have to be in the market to have seen that. I don't think that hit the consumer yet, which is why you haven't seen it.
Just doing it. It was just hitting the mainstream, and then
we'll see. Let's go. We got things to talk about.
I watch CNBC all day. Be nice, Rachel. Be nice.
All right.
Oh man. Throw up slide two. I'm looking for one of these. Some of these are a couple good ones. I wrote about it in this morning's notes. The one on the left is a classic. This one's from '86. You know, it says good news, cheap oil, and then if you flip it upside down, it says bad news, cheap oil.
Dude,
right?
These are both classics. I mean, this one on the right too, incredible. This was an instant hit.
So the oil one was an instant hit. So this was April the 14th of 86. So by then, crude oil had already bottomed 2 weeks earlier, and this was when oil was under 10, and then it went to 150, right?
Wow.
That was a great one. And then the one on the right, obviously, you and I were working together already, and you know, this was great. This is December, the mighty dollar. George, you got George Washington, muscle man, and you're not fading dollars there. Like, what are you even doing?
Whenever you see a strong George Washington,
Yeah, very
this happens.
unusually strong.
Hulk George Washington, anything like that, dude. These are some of the best
The
ones.
Barron's cover when he was jumping out of a dollar bill, like with a tank top, like flexing his biceps. That was a good one.
Oh, these are both really good, JC. Nice work. Nice work.
Let's see.
Hey. Wow. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. I had a Boston cream donut this morning, so nothing can ruin my day.
Wow, Boston cream donut for breakfast. You don't think that's a little aggressive?
You know what I would never fade? Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, wow. What a place.
Yeah, we're a Dunkin' family.
Us too.
Damn private equity took it off the board.
I know.
Didn't it come back?
No.
They left us with the Krispy Kreme.
It's not the same.
It's not the same?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been fishing in the restaurants pond. You got some coils here. And some nasty downtrends too.
I was looking the other day, honestly, as well. There's
a lot of stocks in this group. Like, this is one of those winners losers like consumer situation. Jack in the Box, you know, really catch them on. No, I don't think I've ever eaten a Jack in the Box burger. That's a West Coast thing, right?
That's a West Coast. That's like a California.
There's an old Saturday Night Live skit where Jack Nicholson is Jack. And he's like, you know, someone's trying to order. And Jack Nicholas, right?
Yeah. Jack
the actor.
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, the actor.
Like, same thing.
You want some French fries?
Yeah.
Let's get into the state of the markets, but I did want to show that Barron's cover just to Strazza was saying anytime you see George Washington muscle man there, you know, you know, you got to be aware. There are signs. I could smell a crude oil coming any minute now. Throw up the George Washington.
We did already.
No, the new one. Throw up the.
Oh, it's a different one.
Yeah, man. They bring
back
Muscle Man George. Like
Muscle Man George. It's the Muscle Man George indicator. Look at that one, jumping out of a dollar bill, wearing a fucking tank top.
You know, this isn't a one-time thing, Spencer. We see this every now and then.
Yeah, come on, Spencer. This is what'd you call it? The Strongman George?
Strongman George Washington. Oh shit. Look out.
This dollar's gonna get smoked.
And that was October 22.
Yeah, there was also that psychedelic Bloomberg week that's at the same time. Remember that one? That said dollar go up forever or something like that. Remember that one?
Yeah. With all the colors on the cover.
All the colors.
Like
Yep. That's a good indicator when there are multiple at the same time. All right, that's enough. Let's go.
Look.
Now you guys know the secret. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Dow futures. This is the Dow Jones Industrial Average. I don't know if you heard, but the Dow Jones Industrial Average is the world's most important stock market index, closing at the highest levels ever, which historically is not indicative of a downtrend. Here we are making new all-time highs once again, pushing 48,000 almost. I can't believe 48,000. I remember like just yesterday. I feels like, you know, time flies in bull markets. We got the S&P 500 futures up 8 handles, 6,900, 69.60. NASDAQ 100 futures up 50 handles, 26,000 officially for the NASDAQ 100 futures. Fun fact, Steve Strazza, the NASDAQ 100 has never been this high ever in history, going all the way back to the dinosaurs. Never this high. 30-year bond futures also up slightly this morning, just under 119. Crude oil down 1.3% at 60.5. Copper down 69 basis points, 513 for copper. Gold down 2.2%, down again, back under 4,000, 39.30 for gold. Silver still under 50, down to 46.45, failing at that 50 pretty hard, with the VIX still under 16. So that was at 29 a week ago Friday, and now here we are under 16 in funny money land. Let's see what we got going on here in Bitcoin. 114 flat on the day. You got Ethereum still above 4,000, 41.10 flat on the day. Solana also flat, just under 200, with the total crypto market cap. Spencer Israel 3.82 trillion. How do we feel about that?
I like it. I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing in crypto, particularly on the equity side of things. And then for stocks, I think it's just back to rally mode. I want to see the financials confirm it, but that's exactly where we're headed.
I got the IBIT. I got the Cypher.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You gotta love those.
I got the Cypher. I got the IBIT. Cypher, a big day last week, right?
Dude, when are they not having a big day? This stock is just,
I don't know,
been
yesterday
for so long. No, a lot of them look really good. The Bitcoin miners, I'm basically 3/4 done with this trade for now.
3/4 done. Tell me what that means exactly.
Yeah, long-term capital gains treatment. I've owned a lot of these things for a very long time. If you look at these charts, some of these gains are absolutely massive at the common stock level, so the positions have gotten too big. So I've been doing a lot of selling. A lot of selling in the Bitcoin miners. Maybe we'll buy them back one day. I don't know, JC, but you got to protect your gains.
I was looking at some charts yesterday. I don't just spend all my time drinking wine and looking at magazine covers. There is some charting involved. I don't know if you heard. There is charting involved. And you know what I was looking at yesterday, Steve?
What were you
looking at charts from around the world. You know how I like to do that.
Yeah. Okay. What'd you find? Anything good?
Yeah, I think I found something pretty good. Throw up this slide there, slide 4, if you will, my good man.
It better be Vietnam.
No, there is no Vietnam exposure in this particular index. However, it is the broadest measure of European equities. This is the Euro Stoxx 600.
Wow.
Which, for some folks that might be new here, this is the equivalent to the S&P 1500, right? So in the United States, so the S&P 1500 includes the 500 large caps, the 400 mid caps, and the 600 small caps. This would be your European equivalent, right, of that index. You're getting the whole shebang. And here we are at the highest levels ever. And people are like, oh, this winning is unsustainable.
No.
Too much winning is going on. Unsustainable is what I'm told. And then I zoom out of a chart of Europe that didn't do anything for 25 goddamn years.
Yeah.
Seems like we're just getting going.
There are coils everywhere in developed Europe. This chart, though, almost makes it look like Europe was a good place to have your money since the financial crisis lows. I mean, this is just a beautiful uptrend. It's not Europe's fault that the
not so much a good place to have. Not really, because,
understand
that. Notice how when Europe broke out above the .com and great financial crisis highs. Notice when it broke out. It wasn't until after COVID, right? And then we retested it in 22 and then rallied.
Yeah.
The United States, the S&P 500 broke out above those .com bubble and great financial crisis highs in 2013.
Yeah.
So think about that. It took another decade for Europe to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
So does that make you like it more here or less? That lack of relative strength long term.
It's not so much about liking it more or liking it less as much as it is putting things in perspective. That are things really that parabolic, like are really, the Russell 2000 just made new all-time highs for the first time in 4 years. Like, is that parabolic? Like China just broke out of a decade base. Like, is that parabolic or is it just getting going? Europe, is this really parabolic? I think about it more like that, putting things in context.
No, that's good. If you're a long-term investor, if you think any of these trends out in Europe are extended, just graph them against the S&P 500 or some sort of U.S. stock market index, and you'll see maybe they're just getting started. It's a very different picture from something like this. Looks the opposite, actually.
And then just sticking with that global theme, I mean, since we're on it, I thought this was an interesting one that came up yesterday. Like I was looking at my international charts on a Monday.
I do.
Like how I did that?
Yeah.
I mix it up. I gotta, I don't want to like get into, I don't like for my charting, I don't love the routines. Like my only routines are like end of week, end of month, end of quarter, like those obviously, because
like
this is what it is.
I look at what I want to when I want to.
Fuck yeah, exactly. Yes. Today, I want to look at transports. Today, I want to look at small caps. Thank you. Are you guys listening? What Steve Strazza just said is so right. Be selfish. You want to look at interest rates? Let's go. Let's look at interest rates. Australian 10-year, blah, 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 blah. You know, German bunds, blah, blah, blah. You know, go ham on the fixed income. Today, you want to look at small cap sectors? I was getting down and dirty on my small cap secters last week. You should have seen me. I was really getting in there, like really heavy, like, you know. I felt a little naughty, you know. I hadn't really like stuck it in those small caps in quite some time. You know, I was really getting in there, getting my hands dirty.
You've been excited about the small caps for some time now. You've been right.
I like you, but what Strazza said, it's so true, guys. It's so true. Look at what you want when you want, right? Yeah. Like my weeklies, obviously at the end of every week, I'm gonna look at the charts. At the end of every month, at the end of every quarter. Yes, right? But in between, do what you want.
Yeah.
What kind of mood are you in?
Fuck your routine. Every day's different.
Routine.
And it's fun.
Have some fun. Go enjoy yourselves. Look at what the charts you want to look at. Throw up slide 5. Here's a chart I want to look at. How about this one? We talked about how Europe hadn't done anything in decades. Well, how about Japan? Add another decade, right? Add another decade.
Holy cow. This is getting parabolic for me in the short term.
All right.
There's another one. You got to zoom out on. Holy cow. You could draw a parabola on that now.
Looks like sounding more and more like Donald Trump. Isn't he? You noticing? You hear him?
A little bit. I was just looking at that stock, the Euro stocks chart. That was funny. It did break out above the prior highs in January 2020, and then a little thing happened, and it took a year and a half, basically a year and a half, for it to get back there. What a kick in the balls! It finally breaks out after a decade, and then boom, global pandemic. Give me another year and a half on that one.
That's right. And, that's right. It's a lovely thing. It's a lovely thing. So look at that
it's
gray.
Not lovely. Just what a kick in the balls it must have been at the time. But
good.
I mean, I was there. It was lovely. There was nothing. Nobody here got kicked in the balls. Quite the opposite.
Really? In January 2020, you're breaking out to new highs, and then a month later,
we weren't buying Europe. we were shorting the financials and buying bonds.
Spencer, you don't know this about us?
Come on, Spencer.
No, I've heard the story.
Don't you remember the stampeding robot bulls? The stampeding robot bulls on the cover of The Economist didn't come out until after we were already short these things. It was great.
That's right.
It was great. It's like, dude, did you see the magazine cover? Oh, they nailed it. We're already short.
So does the now do Japan argument no longer hold any water with the chart looking like that? You can't even say that anymore.
And now what?
Now do Japan. That's like the go-to argument for markets always go up, or against markets always go up. Right now do Japan because it didn't go up for 30 years. But
good.
Well, also that was one of the great bubbles of all time.
Right.
Look, there's still truth to that kind of narrative or story. Now do Japan. It's true for the whole world. Now look around the world, right? The US just looks different, and it's been that way for way, way, way too long. Other stock markets around the world simply have not enjoyed the same upside as US investors, period. Going back many, 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 many decades, not just back to the financial crisis.
Yeah. How about China, Shanghai, making new 10-year highs?
Be grateful. That's another one. Now do China. Still big sideways mess, right? Still trapped below whatever highs from however long ago, the Shanghai Composite. But looking better all the time.
Dude, you know what the narrative was at the time? Throw up slide 6 there. You know what the narrative was at the time? You got to buy China because they're getting the Olympics. Dude, I swear to God. I swear.
In 2008?
Dude, Olympics politics are amazing.
Dude, that was like, yo, you're going to get the Olympics. You got to buy China.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, man. So what do you think? So, I mean, what's the target? The target's got to be back to those former highs, right?
The target for China is a lot higher. You know that?
The target for China is a lot higher?
Yeah, they love me out in China. The target's just a lot higher. It's a lot higher. Things are just getting started here. I think China, this is going to be the best region in the world going out over the longest time frames, and it's just now starting.
And everybody really hates the China.
Yeah.
They hate the China. Remember the election when it was obvious that Trump was going to win by a landslide? And we're like, okay, great. So Trump's going to win. Fine. What's the trade? More importantly, right? At least for investing purposes, more importantly.
Yep.
And so we were like, buy China. Because remember, China had that momentum thrust in September, late September of last year. That was 6 weeks before the election, 5-6 weeks before the election. Remember
pre-election Mo thrust, historic. And we've cleared that level finally. By the way, you're right, JC, where that momentum thrust took Chinese indexes last year, this time last year, it's now taken a full year to get through that resistance level and break out. I'm talking about not the Shanghai so much, but the US indexes, something like KWEB or FXI. Now we're like, base is complete. This is a beautiful textbook. Bearish to bullish trend reversal. Path of least resistance is now higher. New uptrend, whatever. But it's a bull market out in China. Gotta love it.
And so are we still in the camp that, we're looking for Chinese stocks that we want to buy, where these things could be a fraud. We're hoping that they are in some cases, right? Like, I'm all for it. As long as the price of the stock goes up, it's all we're interested in. Are we still looking for the real speculative junky shit?
Like, it's both. Look, it's half in jest when we say stuff like that. It's know your time frame. When we say we want to buy the ones that are going to zero, we want to buy the frauds. It's because those go up the most when the animals.
And then they'll go to zero. And then that we just don't be a bag holder.
Yeah. So if you know how to treat them, 100%. Like, we mean it when we say that. Now, on the other side of things, you have stocks like Alibaba, Baidu, Tencent, Build Your Dreams. In no way do I think any of those are frauds. To be very clear, I think these are, yes, I think those are beautiful growth companies. They're built just like the Magnificent Sevens.
This BYDDY, you buying this dip? This thing's kind of sold off quite a bit.
Yeah, all day. All day.
You got to be buying the weakness in the Build Your Dreams, huh?
These are the best growth companies around the world that are not in the United States.
For the record, this stock just getting back to the spring highs gets you 50% winner.
Yep. And you know what frauds or former frauds I'm very excited about these days?
Wait, can I guess?
Yeah, you're going to get it.
It's a Chinese stock.
Basket of them.
Is it Luckin Coffee?
No, but people are talking to me about it. People
Dude,
are talking about
that stock is in the 40s. It was under $1. It was a fraud.
Someone said, yes, I know.
Perfect.
Someone sent me a picture the other day of Luckin Coffee in Manhattan, in the Big Apple. Yeah. So
it still trades over the counter. They kicked it out of the NASDAQ or whatever.
This was a notorious.
Speaking of the Big Apple, new all-time highs for Apple. Just an FYI.
Tim Apple crushing it. He was with the Donald this morning. That's why I'm channeling Trump. I was listening to him speak right before I came on here, and Tim Apple was there in the audience with him. He said Scott Bessent is going to be the next J Powell. Look out.
You wanted a fun fact?
What?
You want a fun fact?
Yeah.
Apple could cross 4 trillion today for the first time ever.
They deserve it. I think they deserve to be the biggest company in the world.
They could cross $4 trillion. They're at 3.98.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I have that right?
So look.
3.989. 3.989. They are 0.011 trillion from being $4 trillion. How many $4 trillion companies are there? 2?
NVIDIA and Microsoft, right?
Yeah,
so
that's it, right?
I guess so. So Tim Cook, just, I'm joking, just tremendous operator, one of the greatest CEOs literally of all time. Shout out Apple, love to see it. But the former frauds that I'm excited about in China right now.
Fake news. Microsoft no longer 4 trillion. Completely fake news.
Give it a day.
Apple just under there. NVIDIA currently is the only $4 trillion company. Apple.
Right. Well, Microsoft reports earnings.
Thank
tomorrow, you. So give it one day.
Fun fact of the day.
Yeah, okay.
Can I finish? Chinese educational companies. I'll just get it out quick. All right, you got some sick bases there. Go look at them yourself.
TL, EDU. What's the third one?
The relative strength was there way back in the day there in those areas too, right? That's not a new thing.
Revenue recognition. DAO is another one. Sweet base.
Yeah. All right. We got Kenny in the house, and we got Sean here actually. So let's talk to Kenny.
Sweet base.
Woo! It's been a long time coming. They ain't come from my club, they took it. Putting up numbers, 99 pounds, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
Mr. Glick, how are you, sir?
Run the clip.
Are we running clips?
Oh, I thought you had I figured you'd have that ready for me when I said the dumbest possible trade you could do is buy options into an earnings report.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm 2 for 795 now. Thank you very much.
Tell me you nailed it, huh?
Yeah, nailed that Rambus trade. Woo! Come on.
Dude, the only man I know that talks about Rambus. I couldn't name you one more. I couldn't name you another one.
So my point here, and again, I did one contract just to prove my point. All right. Basically, if I had to put a number on, I'm 2 for like 900 over the last 20 years buying options. It's a terrible trade anyway, because you're overpaying for the options.
Right.
And you're guessing what the stock's going to do. So it's a lose-lose. But I had to do it anyway, because that is basically the fear of missing out. I couldn't allow this stock to break all-time highs with me not being in some of it. And fast forward to this morning, and you got a massive gap down in the stock that broke VWAP, and you buy it. And you're up 5 points now. So one person's disaster is another one's glorious trade. So moving on.
So this is just another, Rambus or otherwise, this is another great example of, you're essentially fading the big move. If this would have been ripping higher, you're looking for a faux show bro to break down and mean revert. And in this case, it's sold off. So you're looking for an opportunity to buy it and on a mean reversion to the upside. So but that's the trade that works all the time. You talk about trades that never work.
Right.
Like as a joke, but like in reality, the trade that works all the time is that reversal on the gap on the post earnings, correct? Right. What do you call it?
The faux show, bro. VWAP.
No. The post gap rip.
The 1 minute in the earnings reversal trade?
VWAP reversal. Yeah.
That one.
Well, here's the funny. This is the running joke of my life, really. So I
can't even say that like he says. He says that so clean. There's so many words all together. I can't.
1 minute intraday VWAP.
One day. Let's say it one more time. One day.
We have a song ready. It's to the tune of 10 Little Indians. It's the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The only trade you ever have to take. Everybody now. So that's why we're short PayPal. That's why we're short PayPal right now. Let's stick to the trade. Let's stick to the trades that work every time. So listen, I want to just go back to the Rambus one more time, right? Again, I make this abundantly clear in the chat room. And again, I must have prefaced this trade 1,000 times with "don't do it," right? And now you see why. But when the running joke of this trade is that we have a trade that works basically every time it shows up, but we always seem to do other things. If you're just getting into this, if you want to be a day trader, stick with the trade that works every time and don't do anything else. You want to start dabbling in other things? Well, do it with the winnings from these massive trades, or once again, don't do it at all, because you come in today and you got this PayPal trade and you go right back to what works really well. News comes out, good earnings. There's your little fade, but the fade was very short-lived, because shorting is short-lived and you're going to die. Here's the faux show, bro, VWAP break. Bang. Now, I was still kind of hungover from watching an 18-inning baseball game yesterday. So that was,
man, wow.
By the way, I love baseball. It's so much better than every sport. I don't care what anybody says. People think it's boring. I think it's riveting. Every pitch is amazing.
So most people aren't smart enough to understand baseball.
But it's so much better than football. I can't even watch football anymore. So fast forward to the rigging of the market. So I was explaining, when you see some stocks, they go 80 gets you 82.50. That's old school option trading. So when 80 got you 82.50, lo and behold, 82.50, 82.50, double top. So now as a shorter, I'm looking for a reason to short. So I could short here at 81.50, just using that dollar as my risk. Or the less riskier trader, which is what we just did, we short the VWAP break and then use these levels where it broke down from as our stops, because that VWAP confirms that we're right about this idea. And again, got paid, got stopped out. And you see how it went right back to those prior levels. That's where we were covering at 77.09, 76.50, and then I got out right here in this move. But now it didn't break over the VWAP, reconfirming a short. And if you short it up there with limited risk, you're getting paid again. So, stick to the plan. The trades continuously work. And there's, now that it's earnings season, it's just, a plethora of opportunity.
We didn't mention, Kenny, not that you really care, but the reason PayPal was up so much is because they said the magic words this morning.
AI?
Yeah, they said, forget the earnings. They said, we are the official wallet of ChatGPT.
Ooh, all
That's
right.
all you had to say.
Right. And listen, I'm a fan of this stock. I'm surprised it's underperformed so much, considering it's sort of like a monopoly. But I'm a fan. I'm gonna watch this now to see what happens down at these levels. Even though the fade is still happening, I'm gonna keep an eye on this for a possible long, even though I usually continue to fade the gapped up stocks. But
I got to tell you, so Kenny's strategy of fading, gap ups and trying to buy dips on gap downs, to me, as somebody who knows, I know a lot of traders of a lot of different time horizons. From an intraday basis, that's the strategy you want to incorporate. That's what you're looking at. Throughout the year, there are opportunities randomly, bad news, whatever. There's always something that there are gaps downs, but during earnings season is when they're most consistent. If you throw up that slide this week, I didn't realize this, but over 40% of the S&P 500 reports this week.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
The next 3 days is going to be sick. Crazy.
Like, that's insane to me. Like, as somebody who does this every day, all day for many, many years, this one kind of caught me off guard. Like, I didn't realize.
This is a pretty normal distribution, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
See, like, you learn something new in this market every day. I didn't realize that it was that concentrated. I knew there were some bigger weeks than others, obviously, but I didn't realize that it was like, whoa, like literally half the.
It might not always be like this, but anytime you have Amazon and Apple and Meta and Microsoft and Alphabet all reporting in the same 2-day span, you're going to have a good time, right?
That's insane.
So, right.
Wow, that's crazy.
So going back to Rambus.
So anyway, my point is Kenny's strategy is great for a week like this and next week, right?
Right. And that's why we're trying to get this algo going, because, it's just, I don't want to miss any. For instance, the Wayfair trade. Like, I'm not a fan of this stock at all. I think it's completely worthless. Again, as like I think of most stocks. But and again, when I have to go away from my default to trade is to look for shorts. So in this case, if you were shorted at the VWAP, yeah, you got quickly paid, but never be on the other side of the fake out, shakeout, breakout. So if, like, say you were not looking for a short and you were just looking for a reason to buy that trade, even though it's gapped up, if you see the faux show under VWAP and it breaks back over the VWAP, first of all, don't be short. Second of all, buy it. So again, that's where you got to understand that if the chart pattern shows up under VWAP, no matter what the gap is, you better be on the right side of the faux show, bro, or you're getting crushed. You're getting faux show broed.
Kenny, any other names that we should have on the radar for today?
Yeah, you got Bed Bath & Beyond, which I didn't even know was still a company.
Bed Bath & whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on this because they reported earnings. Whirlpool, WHR. Just waiting for some volume to come in. UPS gapped up. Just waiting to see.
Is Bed Bath & Beyond still BBBY?
Yeah.
No.
Didn't that get delisted?
No. It's BYND.
That's Beyond Meat.
Oh shit! Sorry. No, it's yeah, my bad.
Right.
I Bed Bath & Beyond is the
BBBY.
Yes, but it's the old Overstock.
Right.
That is. Right.
And a company called this one's from last night, which the fade is just continuously fading. So you're only at 37 cents away from possibly going red on Next Energy. But more importantly, Q's new highs. And again, let me leave you with this. Stocks go down. Most stocks stuck, but the market never goes down. So 630 on the Qs, looking for 30 more points, easy on the upside here. And generational lows are now yesterday's lows, but we have an anomaly print. So I just want to throw that out there. There's your anomaly print. I expect the market to somehow get to this, and that'll be new generational lows when we pivot off that. So
and then what? Hold on. What ticker is this?
That's the Qs.
Oh, the Qs.
Yeah, it's breaking highs every day. And again, every company in the Qs is going to report this week.
So hold on. So you're looking at what? You're looking at 627.60 or so?
Right. So again, there's that print that
let's see. We'll look back on this in a few days or something, see if it became relevant. It doesn't have to be relevant today.
Right.
It could be tomorrow. It's eventually.
What it probably is generational lows. You may never see that print ever again. Well, again, I'm not even joking. I literally think we're going to double. I've seen the market double in 9 months. I think we're on that pace right here. If you just take the lows from, let's call it 400 on the Qs, I think we're doubling. I think that's the program right now. I think we're going to 800 before the next pullback. Again, I don't care where we go at this point, but man, it's just every time we pull back, whether it's 10 minutes or an hour or two, those become generational lows on the Qs. And again, I think I've seen it all. This market dwarfs anything I've ever seen. So let's go.
All right, listen, guys, trade with Kenny every single day. If you don't, you'll end up faux show broke. Nobody wants that. So hit the bid.
Broke. I like it.
Hit thebid.com. Trade with Kenny. He'll be live on the channel at 11.
We'll be live tomorrow, right? Into some.
We'll be live tomorrow and the next day, every day.
Ooh.
See you, Kenny.
All right, later.
All right. So we had a guest today, but we had to reschedule, sadly. So I reached out to Sean and said, "Hey, Sean, our guest canceled. You wanna maybe pop on for a few?" He's like, "Sure." So Sean is here. An extra Sean day.
Love a good Sean day.
We love a good Sean day. So I'm bringing him out unless you got something else you want to say.
No, I want to talk to Sean. I got money to put to work,
hey,
and he's my guy.
Bring Sean out. What are you doing over there?
Johnny baby.
Trade with Kenny or you'll be faux show broke. God, I love that line.
Hey,
that's a good line.
I like that, dude.
I like that line.
Kenny is like the cult following that Kenny has, because he's been around for so long and he's so consistent. It's the same trade every day. The ticker symbols are different, but it's the same trade every day. I mean, it's great. I mean, it's keep it simple, stupid.
Kenny's the man, and few people will believe when I tell them this who are big Kenny fans. When I say, listen, the Kenny you see on camera is a great Kenny, but there's also another Kenny. The Kenny in person is shy, quiet, super sweet, totally different guy, and I love both of them. They're both great.
In person you get both. In person you get both. You get a little of the wild side. Sean, here's what I'm thinking. So, obviously, we've been making a lot of money. Yourself, Strazza, myself, like things have been good, right? So, I no end zone dances around here. Like, there's no time for that. The point is, like, what's the next trade? Like, where's the next opportunity, right? And I continue to think that we're so close to an energy ripper. It's coming. Everybody's getting a turn. Remember when I called you like a month or two ago, and I'm like, Sean, we're buying United Health, and you're like, and I thought you were gonna give me a bull call spread, and instead you told me to buy the stock for the dividend. I'm like, who am I talking to right now?
That trade's working out great, by the way.
And then you're like, then buy the Leafs, and I bought the Leafs, and that's working out even better, by the way. Obviously, I'm making a lot more money with the Leafs than I would be with the common stock, but nevertheless, healthcare was the worst sector at the time. It is now the best. It's the best sector in the last month, from being the worst for so long. I don't want to be contrarian for the sake of being contrarian, but man, the setup is there, man. Commercial hedgers have never been more net long of crude oil. So the speculators, the dumb money, asset managers, hedge funds have never been more short of crude oil and Brent ever. And you're looking at super high short interest in oil services, super high short interest in the explorers and producers, the XLE, the energy sector, S&P 500 energy sector is at the same level it was in 2008.
It's frustrating.
John, that was 17 years ago.
I know.
More. So I think we're close. And I want to take a big swing. I don't want to be a little bitch about it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to take a big daddy hack. It's not, as traders, like, we're not worried about like losing money. Like, that's fine. We're going to lose money. We lose money all the time. What I get nervous about and what I lose sleep at night is not making enough money when we nail it. And I think when this goes, it's going to go. And I want to be able to be like, yeah, good. We made a lot of money and we were right, versus we were right and we only made a little bit of money. That's a bummer.
Well, if you want to take a big hack in the energy sector, I think you need to wait till earnings shake out. Unless you're going to be trading this with stock. If you're going to trade it with common stock, maybe you can start getting in now. But I assume you're asking me from an options perspective. And if that's the case, I think you got to wait until earnings shake out. Let some of the volatility drip out of these things, because if you're going to take a big swing, I assume you mean taking a big swing for a longer term pull, right? Going for 6, 12, 18, 24 months out.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I mean, this XLE, bro, has done nothing for 17 years. Can somebody throw up the XLE chart? I mean, I got one right here. Just, I don't know if people like truly realize and appreciate, just the overwhelming amount of nothingness that this has been here.
Well, the fact that you're saying it's been stuck in a base for 18 years tells me that when the move comes, it's not going to be a 2-week move. It's going to be a 2-quarter move or more.
Yeah, right. Maybe 2 quarters. Throw up slide 2 there. So just to give folks some perspective that this thing hasn't done anything since 2008. I remember where I was. It was the summer of 08 when energy peaked. Everything was already rolling over. Everything was crashing. Bear Stearns was already gone. And the only things working were like some agricultural stuff and energy. Like that was it. And so here we, I remember like Potash and Mosaic and some of these names were still working, and then energy. That was it. And then we peaked in 08 and completely crashed, right, with everything else. And then we got back there, 7 years later on 2014, 2015, failed again. Got back there again after COVID, failed again. Been going sideways ever since. I mean, I think an upside resolution, kind of like what we saw in Europe, right? Like throw up the Europe slide 6, very different situations, but same mindset that, did nothing for a long time and then eventually got.
Look, the fact that you're showing me a chart that has 27 years of price action on it tells me that this is not an urgent thing, right? We don't need to be piling in right now.
That's where I'm going to push back. Go back to the energy. Here's what I'm going to push back. The reason that there's more urgency now is because of the positioning in the market. The rubber band is very stretched now. The fact that it has also done nothing for 17 years just makes me that much more bullish, right? You see what I'm saying? So it's the nothingness combined with that rubber band stretched like a mother. You know what I'm saying? Like that thing is ready to snap.
Right.
And these speculators have never been more short, and you're seeing it in the stocks too, because they're short the stocks themselves also. So you're seeing it both ways. Man, I think there's something brewing. Might not be today, might not be tomorrow, might be a few months from now. I don't know.
Yeah, I think if you're a long-term investor, this is a great setup. Absolutely. If you're a short-term speculator, like most options traders are, you got to pick your spots. But if I had a 10, 20-year horizon to invest in some of these energy names, this is a great place to do it. Absolutely. I'm with you. And
then how do you think about playing it? Like you're just buying leaps in something?
Sure. If I'm thinking long-term, yeah. I just got into energy yesterday, NRG. That's a name that I like. It's right on the cusp of breaking out. But I didn't trade it with long-term leaps. I got into it. I did a calendar spread because I think it's going to take its time a little bit. I shorted the December 200 calls and I bought the March 200 calls.
I know, but Sean, you've been doing this for a couple of weeks now. You're buying utility stocks and telling me that you're buying energy.
Yes, I know. That was due.
You're not buying energy. You're buying utilities. We are specifically talking about oil and gas here, sir. Right?
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know, this is an ongoing joke with Sean, because Sean doesn't give a damn whether it's a utility or an oil and gas stock. He doesn't care at all. He just cares that All Star Charts likes it. That's all he cares about. He doesn't care if it's a utility or an industrial.
Wait, so you're telling me energy is a utility stock? NRG?
Yes.
Great.
So Sean made like a 400% return on C Limited a few years ago or last year, and the entire time he thought it was a shipping stock when it's an internet company. So the point is, Sean, this is a regular occurrence.
Yes.
Because Sean truly,
this is my running shtick,
does not give a damn. Right. So now back to my problem. Right. So I'm still in my situation. So you're not solving my problem by telling me you're buying this utility stock. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get involved with some more oil.
All right. So give me some names you like. I'm looking at ExxonMobil.
So there's 2 rules of thumb. There's 2 things you could do. You could just buy a blue chip and buy call options on the blue chip and take a hack. Right. Well, for that, you could just do it on the XLE and just get the whole basket. You could do something like that. you know, if you're going to go common stock and you want the juice, then you probably want to go like offshore driller, like one of these little shitty offshore drillers, right? Because you're going to get the beta. That's like buying like an ARK stock versus Microsoft or Apple. You know, you're looking for the juice down the cap scale. So the offshore drillers would be like the smaller, shittier speculative one versus the, you know, big cap Chevron or Exxon or whatever, right? So those are two ways to go. But if you're going to go in the options market, then you don't got to buy the shitty little one. You could just buy options on the big one and get the juice that way.
Right. So look, XLE, if you want to just go that way, right? So that have exposure to everything. I'm looking at leaps right now. And you could go out to January 29. No, sorry, January 28th. So I got to like lean over here because that's where my screen is. And they're surprisingly not that overpriced.
You're looking at the January 2028 calls. That's as far out as you can go.
Yeah, check it out. You could look at the 95 strike calls, which are not that far out of the money.
It's 46 delta.
Yeah, you could buy them for like, there's a wide bid-ask spread and the market's not open yet, so I don't trust these
7 by 9,
prices.
right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust these prices because the market's not open yet, but it's looking like you could probably buy it for under $10. This gives you nearly 3 years of exposure for XLE to move $7 from here. Come on.
So you're
now.
buying the 95 strike for under 10, and you're only 7 points out of the money, and you're getting 3 years.
Well, sorry, I did my math wrong. You're getting 2 years and 2 months, right? 2 years and
2
2
years
months.
and 2 months.
Still, that's, to me, that doesn't seem crazy at all.
So these are the January 2028. So you're getting 2 years and 2 months.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to do it.
I mean, the all-time high, no, maybe not the all-time high, but at least the 52-week high is 98. So we could get there on a breakout. If we break this range, we can get there easily. And then these calls are in the money with, who knows, a year and a half to go. That's a good trade to me if I wanted to get positioned in energy.
And you'd want to go 95 because the strike is so close. You wouldn't want to go you wouldn't want a 25 delta. Like, why are you going to go 45 delta versus 25 delta here?
I really just, the reason I selected that strike is because it was the first strike probably that's priced under $10. That's it. that's my rationale there.
Okay, but why are you choosing that? Why are you choosing that instead of going by the delta?
Because it was cheap. That's why. If you did a 25 delta, you're looking at the 115
Well, what
strike.
makes it cheap? That it's under 10?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're going to lean in on you're going to only pay less than $10.
Look, when you're looking at an option,
that delta.
When you're looking at an option that has more than 2 years of expiration, the deltas don't mean shit. Don't even worry about that. I mean, the deltas
change.
I mean, the deltas mean something, but I mean, they're less important. For me, I want to just get positioned affordably.
So they're more important as you're approaching expiration. When you're 2 years out, you're going to weigh it much less. It's interesting.
You don't want them so small that you have no chance, but outside of that, right?
Right. The deltas aren't going to change that much, as you said, JC. Like, you know, the stock could rip $10 this week, and the deltas on those 115 calls aren't going to change that much. They're not going to change
on short term. Then the deltas go up as you're making money.
The deltas are more sensitive. Deltas are more sensitive to price change as we get closer to expiration. Sure. So when we're looking 2+ years out, forget about the delta. Forget about that. Just look at the prices that you can afford that makes sense. And to me, buying the 95, which is just beyond or just below the 52-week high. I mean,
you like that Strazza?
So you're talking about energy, right?
No, we're talking XLE.
Well, he thought that NRG was an oil and gas stock when it is a utility stock.
No, it's not ready for me. Hi, Sean. I'm interested in the AI trade. Remember when a lot of smart folks were saying years ago, this is going to be an AI fueled super cycle for equities and risk assets? This is what they were talking about. Like, you come in the morning and all of the movers are on some sort of AI news, AI press release, all the big morning movers that matter every morning. 9 out of 10 times it's an AI story. So this is literally happening now in this market. What they promised us a year, 2 years ago.
What is the AI story of the day, out of curiosity?
Well, Microsoft just popped up 20 minutes ago. What's going on there?
Signed a new pact with OpenAI. We're going to, on the open bar today, we're going to sell the double live, show you how we do that. So we got a double in Microsoft at the open. So that'll be fun. We'll do that live. But they
So
250 billion of Azure services to be purchased by OpenAI. Nice to be an equity investor.
I think just talk 20 points.
Tesla on pace. Granted, it's only Tuesday, so I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But this would be the highest weekly close of all time for Tesla.
Supermicro, Intel, Micron AI news. Thiel-backed startup with over 1 billion valuation to take on SML. That's probably something semiconductor companies want to take very seriously. That sounds cool. A lot of stuff going on. I'm looking at the big cap techs. They're reporting this week. They're all the action. The best coils in the market have been the mega cap growth stocks.
Yeah, so many of the big caps look so good right now.
These Mag 7s are back, baby. Like, they're the place to be again.
Oh, cue all the belly aching. It's just 7 stocks.
Sean told me the other day, Sean texted me, JC, he said, my fraternity brothers from college, I have that right?
Yep.
Think that you, me, and JC are just the coolest guys. They love us. They watch all of our shows.
So we're rock stars.
Shout out to Sean McLaughlin's fraternity brothers. Thanks for the support. We love you guys too.
That's right. Shout out to the old frat brothers. I can't imagine what you guys were doing back in the day. I can't even imagine.
Shout out my boy Jay if you're watching. Jay hooked me up this weekend. I was in Charlotte with my son to see the Buffalo Bills.
Jay got the ticks.
My boy Jay got us field level box right behind the Bills bench.
That was sick.
He's made a lot of money. He's made a lot of money with our trades this year, Steve, you and I. So he felt like this was the least he can do.
Did David Tepper throw a drink at you or no?
We almost threw one at him. He walked by us.
Did he?
He did. Yeah. We were literally 10 feet from the Bills bench.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool.
So what was Tepper doing behind the Bills bench?
Well, he was walking by the sideline right in front of the Bills bench. Pre-game.
So your son was there for like a Josh Allen autograph, and you were there for a David Tepper autograph.
Nice.
Yeah. He and the Bills owner Terry Pagula were having a little chat right in front of us, right on the sideline there in front of us for a little while.
It's a lot of billions there in that conversation, huh?
A lot of billions, and there was a lot of muscle kind of standing just in the periphery around those guys, little bodyguards. I was noticing that.
Oh, that's a good. That's probably. I mean, if you're a billionaire and you're going to be in an environment where there are 70,000 people, probably bring some protection.
Speaking of 70,000 people, that stadium holds about 70,000. I think you're right, and 80% of that stadium was Bills fans. Just letting you know that. That was crazy.
Are there Carolina Panthers fans? Not really, right?
If there were, they didn't show up. There were a bunch of empty seats, and I think that's where the Panther fans sit.
They're still a young team.
Yeah.
JC, you didn't respond to my text, JC. I sent you a picture of a random Miami Hurricanes flag at the tailgate at the game. I'm like, why is there a Miami Hurricanes flag here? This is random.
Yeah, Cubans love North Carolina, dude. I don't know what it is.
Are you serious?
Dude, Boone, North Carolina is, what do they call it? The Cuban Alps, I think is what they call it.
Did not know this.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about Cubans. They freaking love North Carolina. I don't know. They go.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah. Oh.
Do you like this jacket?
Is that I can't quite see. What is that? A Dolphins jacket?
Yeah, it is. It is.
I mean, if you like losing, sure. I mean, what's the Dolphins' record this year? 2-20.
I don't know. I'm not a fan.
A lot. How about those
really
Jets? Jets mixed in a win this week.
I like to support my local businesses. That's about
there was a meme going around on Sunday.
You live in Florida, bro. That's teams from Miami.
Yeah.
There was a joke. There was
Miami
fake
is the
news
team in my community.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about the Bucks.
We're 2 hours away. We're close to
Miami. Are you that far from Tampa? You're 2 hours from Tampa?
I'm closer to Miami than Tampa, a little bit closer.
Wow, I did not know that.
There was fake news going around the football game on Sunday that Mike McDaniel got fired at halftime. Turned out it was fake news, but people weren't believing it. We were hearing it.
He stinks. Sean, when are you going to come on Open Bar with me?
I haven't been invited. When are you going to invite me?
I haven't invited anybody yet. You're going to be the first guest.
Okay. Well,
we used to do a show that was a big hit, probably everyone's favorite show. If I had to guess, it was called The Flow Show. Sean does it by himself now, so I miss you, buddy.
Well, it's not exactly like The Flow Show, but yes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it called? It's called The Flow Show, though, right? You kept the name. Oh,
it's called What Are My Options?
Okay, so we need to bring back a flow show one day. That'll be great. I love bringing back old hits.
Like that jacket.
That is a nice jacket, Steve. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Sean, thanks for coming on, man. I know
Hey,
it
by
was
the
last
way,
minute.
I want to give
Yeah.
a shout out to Steve tonight. Doing a little happy hour down there for Breakout Multiplier subscribers down in South Florida. That's awesome. I'm glad you're doing that. I hope you do more of that. I do something like that here in Colorado, and it's great. And one of these days, Strazza, we're going to take this show on the road and bring it to more people because more people want to hang and talk markets with us.
We're going to do another Sean and Steve Road show, only maybe this time in the continental United States. And Sean has inspired me because how long have you been doing it? 5, 10 years? I feel like you've been doing it for a long time.
13 years, Steve Strazza. 13 years.
13 years. Sean's got a crew of guys who are local to him and they meet up. I would have done this. Yes. I would have done this a long time ago. Oh, it's so good.
Let's go. Let's go.
Fantastic. Who needs charts? So anyway, I'm excited for the happy hour. If you are local, we're getting together 5 o'clock tonight. Shoot me a note.
Where exactly?
It's in Bonita Springs.
Is that near Naples?
Just north of it. One town north of it.
How come you don't have Fonz popping in and hanging out on the show today?
Fonz is right here. Hey, Fonz.
Fonz, come say hi.
Show your face.
Show yourself to us.
Open mic here on the morning show. Fonz, people are looking for you.
Let me see that beautiful
Fine,
Fonz.
Fonz.
There he is.
There he is, bringing in the big guns. Welcome to the gun show.
There he is.
Strazza's vibe from here in the office.
He loved doing Hot Corner from here.
Yeah.
He wants to kick me out. He wants the office.
You need to get Fonz like a Tampa Bay Buccaneers shirt so he could fit in with the rest of us.
You want to go get your Giants jacket?
You got him a Giants jacket?
No, but there's one. It's all right.
Man,
So good.
I thought I've been doing a lot of traveling this last 2 months, and there's
Fonz
Fonz,
all
man.
over
He's
the
been
place,
all over
dude.
the world.
Fonz is crazy.
Yeah.
Dubai, Madrid, Spain. Where the hell haven't you been?
Yeah, I mean, Dubai was great with Salmon and the CMT. It was great. Everyone was there. Ralph Campora was there. Everyone was there. And now I'm based in Madrid for a couple months. And yeah, we'll see.
He's also been in Canada recently. Man, he's been all over the place.
Yeah, we went to Toronto. I spent a couple of months in Edinburgh in Scotland as well.
Nice life you got there, Fonz.
Not bad, Fonz. Not bad.
Yeah, not
Hey,
bad.
let's go. Round the horn. Final trades. Fonz,
Wait.
what's the best trade?
We got Phil in the house. You forgot it's
Phil's in the house,
Tuesdays,
too.
man.
Hold on, but I want to know what Fonz is buying. I want to know what Fonz is buying.
I like the Tesla. I like
Tesla.
the big base in Tesla. Also, I like the short-term consolidation and the tight coil for a short-term trade. So I think you can play it in both ways: long exposure for longer term, or just a tactical trade, trading that little coil.
Strazza, what do you like?
We may or may not have bought some TSLL calls yesterday.
Shawnee?
I got into those TSL calls last week, so I'm with you guys. I love it. I don't want you guys to sleep on SoFi. I think SoFi is perking up here pretty good.
The earnings this morning. It's ripping.
What about you, Spencer? What do you like?
I mean, I'm not in Tesla calls, but I bought the stock a few weeks ago.
Wow,
So,
everybody here long the Tesla. I'm
Time to
looking for
sell.
oil and
Time to
gas.
sell.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start nibbling. There's a magazine cover coming soon. I wanna see if Phil thinks I'm crazy here, or if he thinks I might be onto something. I'm curious to see him psychoanalyze me.
Let's find out.
Let's do it. Pearl Dog.
5 or 4.
Good morning. Good morning,
Intro
guys.
music.
Sean, what's up, bro?
Dude, I love your intro music. That's smooth. I like
How
it.
do you like that, bro? Nice, right? Little
do like
jazzy
it.
Phil.
Phil, you'll like this. I just bought tickets. Me and my wife next month. We're gonna go to a candlelight candlelight concert, a string quartet playing nothing but Beatles music. It's gonna be beautiful.
I heard about these things. That's like a thing.
Yeah,
It's like all over the place, huh?
Getting
That's
down
cool.
in a church right in downtown Denver. It's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait. Very excited.
They travel all around JC. They're probably coming to your neighborhood. It's super freaking cool.
Yeah. I see it. They come to Bethlehem. Hey,
And they do
Phil, where's your
hip-hop.
starter jacket, bro?
They do
Let me
hip
tell you
hop also.
something. Let me tell you something. I'm such a sucker for sports that the Ravens are terrible this year. They win a game last week against a terrible team. They're 2-5, and I'm doing playoff math in my head.
Yeah.
Like that's how
Who's the
irrational
psycho
we
now,
are
huh,
as human
Phil?
beings.
Who's the crazy one?
I'm doing playoff. Well, if they beat Miami this week and then the Steelers lose, I'm doing playoff math in my head. They're 2-5.
What's that heuristic, Phil? Is there like an optimism heuristic, like an insanely optimism, like just
Thinking like a winner. That's what athletes do.
Well, here's the
Big
thing.
time.
You could call it. You could make up a name. You could apply an old name from 1974 when the original article about heuristics was published in the Journal of Finance or whatever. But it's just we're irrational.
But which one is it? It's like an irrational optimism.
What's that?
It's like an irrational optimism, right?
Irrational optimism. Yeah. We're trying to create some kind of, we just go on and on. Like you could apply it to anything and we're going to have that. And it's like, then how do you deal with it? It's just sports. So,
but is that kind of like, how, Barry Ritholtz is always talking about this, how like when you play the lotto, you're not actually playing to win the lotto. You're playing for that 1 minute of time that you think about all the things that you're going to do with the money that you win. And like that dopamine that you're getting, that's what you're paying for in the lotto ticket. That 1 minute of potential, right? Like that's what you're doing. Like what you were doing there is imagining a situation where the Baltimore Ravens are in the playoffs and you're making steaks with your kids and you're having a great Sunday and they beat the crap out of the Steelers and you're high-fiving your kids and you're getting ready for the next week. Like you're envisioning this potential scenario that is probably not going to happen, like winning the lottery. Is it kind of the same?
It's completely the same. And it's even more than 1 minute. Like, you know what? I might go buy a lottery ticket now just based on what you just said, just not to win, but it's more than 1 minute. I could have like if the lottery pick is tonight at 10, I could have like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours of bliss imagining. But I'm actually glad you brought this up because here's what I wanted to talk about today. November is here, right? So we got November and we got December. And so the way that I feel is in reality, live for today, plan for tomorrow. So I always take November, and I've never historically been a good planner. I'm an ADHD guy. I'm all over the place. Yesterday we talked and you're telling me, I shouldn't be moving so much on the screen because I'm all over the place. I'm like, oh, let me check my thing. Oh, I got a book over here. But I will tell you this, that now is the time of the year. Like, so what I like to do in November is I like to take stock of like how my year went. So like I'm going through my financials. I'm going through like the things I set out to do early, last year for this year. And I'm taking stock on how I did. And then when I get to December, I'm all set up to plan for 2026. That's really what I love to do. So now is a great time to take stock. In fact, one of the things that I will do today is I will look, my kids are one's in college and one's getting ready for college. So I'll look at the 529 plans. The market was up like crazy this year. Tech was up like crazy. And I'll just do a little back of the envelope math. Like, okay, well, like what's the maximum amount that I need for the college? And then what I'm going to do is in December or maybe early January, I'll bring the risk level down because I'm pretty sure I got enough money now for, just in the 529s for their college. So I'm planning now. I'm going to do the analysis now. I got spreadsheets for November and then December, make plans for next year and figure it out. So many people don't do that. So many people, because what happens is time flies by, January comes, the market will be rocking. The market's rocking now. And by the way, financially to do this, you want to do this with your health. You want to do this with your family, your living situation, and you want to do it with your money, right? That's what you want to do it with. Like I'm planning a trip for early next year to go visit my mom, that's part of this process. I got, I visited her last year. I'm going to visit, or this past year, I'm going to visit her again. That's the family part. You want to do those three things, because what happens is January comes, kids go back to school, and the market's doing its crazy thing. It's volatile every day. And you're in that moment. You're in January, and life is happening, and life is flying by. So now is the time. Take stock in November. Look at how you did. Think about it. Look at the data. December, plan for next year. And then you come in, then you wake up on January 2nd, the market's open, and you got to plan for the year.
Simple. I love it. I mean, we were talking about like January and thinking about January, and I'm like, I want to be thinking about the entire first quarter, like I'm with you, but I think a little bit bigger, right?
Yes, you could think in quarters. Absolutely. And that
I feel like 1 month is not like a sufficient amount of time. Like I like planning a little bit bigger. I don't know. I've kind of grown that way over my over age, I guess.
You can think in decades, bro. You could think in millennia.
That's a little much for me.
No, you can. You
Phil,
can.
I like what
you really have it worked out. Like, what am I? What is my 60s going to look like? Like, I'm already thinking through that. I already got it. I don't have it like perfectly planned, but I'm imagining it. You imagine that future self. You imagine your future situation, and then you fucking make it happen, people. You go make it happen.
Phil, I like what you're saying. Are you familiar with the work by David Allen, Getting Things Done? You familiar with that?
I'm really not. I know that there's a lot of that kind of stuff out there, and it's all good.
Phil thinks they're all full of shit.
No, like, listen, if it works for you, I love it. But no. I do think a lot of the pop psychologists out there are full of shit too.
Well, it's not a psychology book. It's just a book about productivity.
Yeah, but you want to know something, Phil? You don't want to know something, and I break your balls about this, and you break my balls about this. So, like, we've been going back and forth about this for a while. I got to tell you, Phil, there are certain writers, some of which we're friends with, that are not necessarily revolutionizing the industry of psychology or any industry for that matter, but they are really good at explaining these things in a way that humans can understand. And I know you're friends with him. Morgan Housel is probably the best example I could think of somebody who, read his books. Half the stuff that he talks about, we've heard before. I mean, us, because we're like deep in this stuff. Like, it's not like anything like that. You don't like learn something like this dramatic, but the way Morgan explains these concepts is so powerful to help us understand. And I think that there's a lot of value in that versus like the science aspect of it or anything like that. That's how I think.
I agree 1,000% with that. We love stories. We love to think about things in new ways. As a matter of fact, this book, I wasn't going to plug any books today. This book, the Bone Parth book, drops today.
Yeah.
I read it over the weekend. I'm giving it to my wife to read. This book is unlike any of the financial books that I've read over the last 5 years. And I've seen all of them cross my desk. Excuse me. And it's real. If you are married and you don't have your financial game completely worked out with your spouse, it's a must read for both of you. Like, you both read it and then compare notes, because it's not like perfect. It's not like they're presenting, hey, the Bone Parths have this perfect life. It's not anything like that at all. It's very honest and it's very human. And it's at the bedrock. It's about life. It's about love, and it's about communication, and it's about money, communicating with money. I really highly recommend it. It drops today. It goes on sale today at Amazon. I just read it over the weekend. It covers mistakes. It covers situation in life that is uncomfortable, and that couples have. And like, you live with somebody for 50 years, right? You get married, you have a family, you're going to grow together, you're going to grow old together, and you got to get that part. I go hiking with this guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he tells me all these stories, and he's just a piece of fucking work, right? He's a lawyer. He's a piece of work. And he's like, him and his wife, they're not on the same page when it comes to money. They're not even talking to each other. Like, one doesn't know what one has and the other doesn't know. I got to take this book to him. So anyway, I really recommend that. It just so happens you brought it up. But yeah, they tell stories and they just explain things. And it's not super technical at all in any way. It's just human.
Shout out Doug Moneparth. Spencer, throw up that tweet I just shared with you. He might have the greatest tweet of the last little while here.
I don't get
Spencer,
it.
you got it?
I mean, I have it. I don't. Yeah, it's just.
Are you able to pop it up?
Yeah, here, fine. If you really want me to, I will.
I saw this
Come on, man.
on
Anyone
South
with
Park.
kids is going to get this. Anyone who has kids, teenagers,
What?
they're going to love this joke.
What does it mean? Can someone please explain it to me?
Yeah.
Do you have it? Put it up. Put it up for the kids.
Yeah, it's up. It's up.
There it is.
Yeah.
What does it
Look
say?
at that. Our kids hate our Halloween costume. Do you guys get the 6-7?
So
Yeah.
my kids aren't old enough. I was at a Halloween party this weekend, and there was a couple who had that on, and their kids are a little bit older. So can you explain?
I mean,
it has no meaning.
it has no meaning at all. But
You
all
are some
the-
old motherfuckers. That's all I'm going to say.
No, but you have to have kids that are like in the early teens or like 8, 9 or something.
Your kids do this, Phil?
Yeah, you know, the meme was invented at my kid's school up the street.
Is that true?
Just so happens. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Just so happens. It's completely hilarious.
was a-
And
it
then
What is the meme?
it got totally played out and then it came back around again. And like now the kids are just mocking like the adults who are saying
It blew
Steve,
up with
it,
some,
Steve, it doesn't
That's
mean
that's
anything.
The evolution of the meme.
When
But
it-
it's now you're
it
just
blew
being
up.
mocked
It
for
blew up
talking
when
about
some basketball player was asked about his height, and he said, "Oh, I'm about 6'7", something like that." And that's what really sent this thing into the atmosphere. Which, of course, it means absolutely nothing. But all the kids, every kid that I engage with around here, where I live, they're all joking about it all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I just want to give a shout out to Heather. Right? Doug getting all the love. Heather, let's be serious. You know, who's the brains of this operation over here, right? I love you, Doug. I mean,
Heather's the shit,
winner.
and she's first author, and it's one of the reasons that it's unlike any other book. It's unlike any other book because it's so practical and real. But in addition to that, it has a woman's voice, and there's not that many books that come out. There's a lot of testosterone in the finance book vertical, and her voice is all over this book, all over the storytelling. Has that female touch to it. Has empathy for not only like others but herself. Beautiful in that way. So yeah, shout out Heather for
They're
sure.
smart. Everyone has to buy 2 copies. They're smart. Those bone parts. They're clever. All right. Listen, we got to go. Steve has to go live for the open bar. Okay. So every Tuesday, you want to do a recess first? We can do a recess first if you want, and then. But I want to let Steve.
He's got a good one for Pearls.
You got a good one. All right, Steve. We'll see you in the open bar. All right.
Go get it.
Go get him.
Make sure you catch Steve on the open bar. First of all, it's the greatest name for a show ever. And Steve is literally live trading. So make sure that you're watching that. Phil Pearlman, yesterday evening, I put 3 entire oxtails in the slow cooker. And I put it in around 8 o'clock. And I woke up this morning and the entire house smells like so lovely. Like I almost I don't really eat breakfast, right? So like I wasn't going to start crushing oxtails at 6 in the morning, but I kind of wanted to. But so I marinated them for like, I think 3 days in cayenne pepper. They were really marinating there in the cayenne pepper, getting nice and hot. You dry it, you sear it, and then low and slow. I got to tell you, of all the recipes I make, it's kind of a pain in the ass because there's a lot of steps involved. But man, oxtails, whoo, underrated.
Dude, I could be out there for dinner. That sounds fantastic, though. By the way, I mean, sounds fantastic. You can have it for breakfast. You can have oxtails for breakfast.
I know. I've made like
Hello.
oxtail omelets with the eggs and the oxtail mixed in. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I'm good right now.
I grilled up some pork chops last night. Anybody care about that?
Yeah, pork chops
are great.
underrated.
Pork chops with a honey glaze and then some apple and onion, seared onion glaze laid on top. It's nice. Real nice.
All right.
That's how to do it, Spencer. You paying attention?
I'm paying attention. I haven't done either of those things, but I can start.
You have
Listen,
time because your baby doesn't do anything yet. So you got time.
Yeah,
recipes.
Yeah, but he's about, he's actually, I'm kind of bracing for this weekend. Daylight savings is going to mess with our household a little bit.
They're good at adapting, right? Tell them, Perlman, they're adaptive creatures. How is it?
Yes. Super adaptive, super flexible. You will learn from them.
I say bring on daylight savings time. I'm tired of waking up in the dark out here in the Western time zone.
Yeah. All right, let's get out of here. Strazza is going live the open bar right now. If you're watching us on YouTube, the stream will automatically redirect you. If you're watching us on Twitter, just stay there, or Stock Market TV, stay there, and the show will be up. So thanks for watching. Drop us a like. Go make some money. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Phil.
Adios.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs.